My first From Software victory, Bloodborne review. I've finally managed to complete a game by From Software. This is actually the third game from the studio I've tried. Previously, I played a few hours of Dark Souls 1 and briefly dabbled in Elden Ring. I put Elden Ring aside intentionally, saving it for later. As for Dark Souls, I dropped it due to a lack of time and losing interest too quickly. In today's fast-paced world, it's hard to stay focused on something for long hours. Sure, I can spend 100 hours on Assassin's Creed games, but From Software games demand full concentration. Since my daily schedule only allows for a maximum of 2 hours of gaming, it's difficult to give them my undivided attention. That's why I've restarted Dark Souls 1 multiple times, only to abandon it shortly after. However, this New Year's holiday, I set myself a challenge to finally finish a From Software game. This time, I chose Bloodborne. What sets Bloodborne apart? Bloodborne is quite different from other Souls games. You can tell that just by looking at it. Beyond its unique mechanics, it also provides a distinct feel while playing. For years, fans have been clamoring for an updated version with enhanced graphics, and it's easy to see why. The game boasts a beautifully stylized art direction that's simply breathtaking. I've already mentioned my unfamiliarity with From Software games, and to be honest, I'm not deeply immersed in the gaming world in general. That said, I love the way Souls games teach you through trial and error, pushing you to improve in order to succeed. The community's motto of "Get Gud" sums this up perfectly. This aspect kept me engaged throughout. However, there's one thing I didn't enjoy: the distances between checkpoints, bonfires in Dark Souls, or lamps in Bloodborne. While Bloodborne focuses more on opening shortcuts than lighting lamps, the long stretches in between still felt tedious at times. Thankfully, running past enemies is often an option, but even so, I wasn't a fan of this design choice. Boss fights and my favorites. The game featured some truly memorable boss fights. The one that gave me the most trouble was the dog boss in the Chalice dungeons. Since I wasn't using a long-range weapon, figuring out how to deal with it took quite a bit of time. However, my favorite fights were the hunter bosses, particularly the first and final bosses of the game. These battles captured the essence of Bloodborne perfectly. Conclusion and future plans. I'm thrilled to have completed Bloodborne. Crossing it off my bucket list feels incredibly satisfying. For my next New Year's holiday, I plan to take on another From Software game. I wonder which one will be my next victory.